Over the years, you've inspired us to make a lot of great drivers. But while we were making all these drivers for the present, we were also hard at work making the next generation of driver. Because where titanium ends, carbon begins.
Early on today, I just, kind of didn't get those bounces. But yeah, yesterday I felt really good. I was, I told that Miles Creighton I wanted to break 80, and I broke 80 yesterday, so I was pretty happy with that. So, all in all, it was fun.
You knew from your experience 4 years ago just how good these guys are. When you see a guy like Parker Cootie shoot 62 out there today, like, does it remind you, like, man, these guys are something else? Just the kind of scores they can produce.
Oh yeah, I knew that coming in. It's such an experience for me to play against or play with some of these guys that are amazing, that are as good as they are, and that are trying to make their dreams come true and getting to the PGA Tour. So for a lot of these guys, it's the start, and I'm sure there's definitely a handful of names that I'm sure we'll be seeing playing in the big tournaments in a couple of years. So these guys are so special. It's what they can do with the ball, how far they hit it, how much control they have is amazing. And like I said from my experience 4 years ago, I gained so much respect playing in this tournament. And again this time around, the amount of respect I have for these golfers, and it was unbelievable to be able to play with them again.
Just a word on your two playing partners. Obviously Colin, kind of a home course favorite. You probably crossed paths with him maybe a bit before, being a Southwood guy. Or?
This was the first time we actually met, but it was awesome getting to. I'm sure I'll see him around on the golf course. Yeah. Now that we've met and we've played together, maybe we'll get a couple rounds in before the season starts. But it was special to play with two great guys. They're both fun to play with. They were searching for my ball a lot more than they probably wanted to, but it was a great 2 days. We got beautiful weather. The course was in amazing shape, and over the last 5 days, I've gotten so much amazing feedback from a lot of the guys on the tour about how great this course is, and how it's one of the better courses they play on this tour. So that made me feel good, and it'll be exciting to watch them going into tomorrow.
Did you hear from any of your teammates after your 78 yesterday?
Yeah, I did. I heard from a couple of them. They were all pretty excited. They all of course they all asked what happened on 15 and 16. Right. And they've all played it a lot too, so they kind of know exactly what happened. But that's the thing. It's such a mental game. Like, I'm exhausted after playing 18 holes in 2 days, where I could do that any weekend. Yeah. But when you're grinding over every putt and you have people watching and you have the nerves, and I think my whoop picked up. I had 160 beats per minute at one point during the round yesterday. So it's like, it's one of those things that just mentally fries you, and you just can't compound errors. These guys are so good at, if they do make a little mistake, they don't compound it with another one. And me being the dummy that I am, I want to, all of a sudden make a mistake, and I want to hit it out of the fescue into the hole and make a birdie. So, but it doesn't always work that way.
Since you opened the door, I wasn't going to ask you about it, but the 9 today, what happened on that hole? Because it doesn't give us a blow by.
Yeah.
So I just saw this.
No, I hit a great drive actually. No, not a lost ball. I got killed by the fescue. I hit a great drive. I had 188 out, and I was kind of in the first cut, and I didn't really know how I was going to come out. And I just kind of, I hit it a little pulley, and it came out kind of knuckly and went left and hit and went into the fescue, and it was almost a ball you didn't want to find, because it was just buried, and I whacked it once. I think it moved 3 inches. The next one I think moved 4 feet, and then the next one I finally got out onto the rough. But then I still had a really tough chip, and then a couple of really hard putts. So easily could have been an even bigger number, but it's one of those things where that's how tough it is. You miss by a little bit, and you can get pooched.
What's sort of the biggest thing you took out of your golf game here? Like, I watched you can hit the ball with these guys off the tee. What's your biggest appreciation of what these guys are able to do, and even what you were able to do from your game now to where it was 4 years ago when you did this?
Yeah, I think my game's definitely a little more consistent. I have a little more touch around the greens than I did a couple years ago. I'd say that's the only reason I actually shot as well as I did, is because I have a pretty good chipping game, and my putting was pretty strong yesterday. But the ball striking that these guys have is just unheard of. You know, they don't really miss. If they do miss, they miss by 5 yards, and where my misses are 30 yards. So that's the biggest thing is then all of a sudden they're hitting out of the fairway, I'm hitting out of the the first cut of the rough, and then you're not able to spin it. So I told Brooksy coming in, I was like, hey, I want to, I got to get a wedge in my hand. If I'm in the fairway with a wedge in my hand, I'm pretty good. And I didn't have enough of that over the couple days.
What's more nerve-wracking, teeing off on the first hole, or having people watch you on the 9 hole, where you're just trying to get it out, trying to get it to work, trying to rescue something from that hole?
I think off the first tee, the nerves are definitely going more so. I think when I know it's going to be a big number, I'm kind of like, who cares? Like, I wasn't going to make the cut anyway, and it's golf to me. But I think off the first tee, when you're in front of all those people and you're starting off your round, that's really nerve wracking. That gets the heart pumping, and the juice is flowing.